Hi, I'm Lisa Sarjays, author of Diary of a Fat Girl, How I Lost 140 Pounds, Overcame Binge Eating Disorder, and Learned to Love Myself After Weight Loss Surgery. Day 9. Wow. I thought I would be so discouraged by now. I thought I would be like, I don't want to go to the gym. I thought I would be looking for all kinds of excuses not to go. I look forward to it. So what makes a person look forward to something? Well, doing something that feels good. Now, it's not pleasant all the time. Riding the bike today was a little rough. You know, my left knee is giving me a hard time, and that hurt. And then my feet hurt, so I had to point them when I'm riding the bike to get relief. And it wasn't 100% pleasurable. You know, working the machines, bicep tendonitis, rotator cuff issues, inflammation. You know, so there were ouchies there too, but something makes me want to keep going. And it's not just that I gave my word, I have to keep my word. That's a major part of it, trust me. Something feels good. So today I'd like to talk about self-talk. If you hang around, have you ever heard of Dale Carnegie's book, How to Win Friends and Influence People? It's not about swindling or, flattering. It's about finding something you're seriously admiring or interested in about another person and bringing it up. People feel really good when you acknowledge things they care about. How to win yourself and influence your self-esteem. Terrible play on words, but you know what I mean. What if you did those things for you? What if you noticed things about yourself that you appreciate about yourself and pointed them out? So Sherry Schreiber tells us to notice the little things. Hey, you did a great job taking out the garbage today. Just tell yourself that in your head. Or, good job making your bed this morning. And you're like, how is this going to help? It's part of reparenting yourself. We may not have always received positive feedback for the little things we did, which is what a toddler needs, what a child needs, is to be told, hey, I really like the way you put those books back on the shelf. Good work. I really see you did a good job putting them in size order. You know, whatever we say to kids. I don't have kids. I have 18 and over kids. So what are we saying to ourselves? If we don't notice that negative program running itself, oh yeah, well, your shoulder cuff wouldn't hurt so much, if you had gotten off your ass a little more, or, well, this is this, we got to meal prep because, you're too lazy to make it. And we don't hear it in our heads because it's so automatic. I'm in front of my house. I'm not at the gym. There was no place to park at the gym, and I just felt bad taking up the space. I felt bad taking up space. I noticed that. We shouldn't feel bad taking up space. Anyway, this is my neighborhood. Won't you be my neighbor? Keeping my word feels good. It earns my own self-respect. So going to the gym, keeping my word, earning my own self-respect feels so good that it's making me look forward to going to the gym. Wow. So today I tried to add in a little positive self-talk. And it takes effort to tell ourselves nice things about ourselves when we've grown up in certain environments where we were criticized or constantly given negative reinforcement. So I patted myself on the back. You know that move, right? It stretches. Ooh, it stretches. And you pat yourself on the back for getting on and off the bike. When my dad was in rehab, he's 88. He has these episodes. He falls And then we get to put him in, live-in rehab facility. And the physical therapist will write out goals. And one of the goals was unassisted transfers. Now, I don't know this language. Like, well, what does that mean? Well, he gets himself from the bed to the wheelchair, or from the wheelchair to the bed, or from the wheelchair to the toilet, or from the toilet back to the chair, or like unassisted transfers is a goal? That's amazing. P.S. He was released and he was able to do all those things. But I'm like, that seems like we take that for granted. Those of us who can do that, we take it for granted that we can move from one thing to another, from the sofa to a standing position, from one chair to another. If we were on the sofa and somebody said, could you move down? We could do that, right? Many of us who were watching. So getting on and off the bike is a goal. So for the first couple of days doing it, I had to bend down. Yeah, I used the recumbent bike. I would have to bend down and pick up the cuff of my my sweatpants and pull my leg up using the cuff of my sweatpants, and then put it over into the pedal. So today's day 9. Yesterday, I noticed that I can get my foot up to the middle. There's like a middle piece. You're sitting in the seat, and then there's, the bar in the middle, that I could get my foot up to that and then put it over. So I'm like, wow, you did a really good job of getting your foot up there. Wow. And my goal would be to be able to pick up my leg and just put it on over, the way certain very able-bodied people can just put their leg over. It's a goal. It's a little one, and it seems so trivial, but when you're looking at what a physical therapist does for people, my goodness, why don't we pat ourselves on the back for those things? God, I've come so far. If you read my book, Diary of a Fat Girl, I talk about the years of being so sedentary and depressed. I vacuumed my rug once, and a friend came in and said, "Oh, did you get a new rug?" And they meant it. Like, that's how dirty my rug was. That's how unvacuumed. I could vacuum once a week. Now I vacuum every day. Is my house clean, dusted, and no. There's a lot that could be done, but I'm not going to focus on that. I'm going to focus on wow. I used to have an eBay business, and I couldn't drag myself to the post office to mail out the stuff I'd sold. I'd get complaints. This is the early days of eBay. I'm talking 2004 or 5. Well, for me, early days of eBay. I was on eBay before I even had a computer that had Windows. I was selling back issues of Starlog. Yeah, I've come a long way. There's things I used to not be able to do, but then through my effort and focus and determination and self-care, I'm now able to do them. So why not do the thing? I want you to do that for yourself. Do that for yourself. Please pat yourself on the back. Did you put dishes away? Did you empty the dishwasher? Good job. Wow, you empty that dishwasher like a champ. Sounds silly? But you have no problem beating yourself up? Well, if you would put it away sooner, if you had more disciplined kids, or if you have no problem putting yourself down. But when I say build yourself up, that's silly? No. Build yourself up. So I think why I enjoy the gym. Plus, I don't have to be doing other things. It's kind of like me time, the gym. I don't have to be on call or talk to anyone that not that talking to people is a burden. I'm just saying, I'm not on call. The phone's in my purse. I'm doing my thing at the gym. It's nice. And I think building up my own, rekindling my ability to rely on myself to keep my word about physical self-care, because that's been lacking. Do you want to know how I injured the rotator cuffs? A lot more on the left side, some on the right, and bicep tendonitis. Sleeping. I have anemia. I'm struggling to rebuild my blood and get my energy back. I had some relapse of depression, and I did a lot of extra sleeping. Not saying don't rest. Not saying that. Rest when you need to. Rest when you can. But it was like this desperate sleep. Like if I could just sleep a little more, maybe I'd feel better. And I slept and slept and slept and slept. And it feels like I just ripped my shoulders apart. Isn't that weird? So I don't know how, if I could sleep. I don't know how I could shift my sleeping to help with that, so it doesn't continue to be irritated. So when I figured that out, I beat myself. Well, see, you're lazy, and resting is lazy, and you're the only person who could be so lazy you hurt yourself being lazy. I'm like, shut up, voice in my head. That is not the truth about me. You can be quiet now. You're an old program that needs to be put to rest. Good job taking care of yourself, Lisa. You did your best. You were very tired. You had some severe anemia happening, and then you had that bleed out, and then you had that emergency surgery, and hey, good job taking care of yourself, Lisa. And now that you're noticing that rest wasn't healing your body in the ways it needed to, you need some movement to go with the rest. Not that I'm never resting again. I'm going to go in and nap right now. I have things to do tonight. I need to nap. I've been running all day, and I need to nap. I needed some movement too, and I was so reluctant, and I prayed about it. I prayed, please help me. Please send me someone to inspire me. Yeah, I have a student. She's one of my one percenters, one of my excellent students. And she went from being very similar to me, sedentary and depressed, and now she's bodybuilding. And she looks and feels fantastic. And she says I was a great part of her inspiration. Stephanie, if you're watching. So I just started looking at her Insta and letting it come into me. And I would compliment her and praise her. And then her responses, I would take them into my heart. And, other students of mine who are into fitness and who do the gym thing and whatever, letting their enthusiasm for working out inspire me. Be careful of your self-talk. Tell yourself nice things. Pat yourself on the back when you do wonderful things. Pat yourself on the back when you do tiny little things. It makes a world of difference, and I don't think I would have been able to get up off of my butt and start giving myself the nourishing movement that I need if I hadn't spoken to myself very kindly and with a lot of encouragement. So I wish that for you too. I'll see you tomorrow for day 10, third of the way through. Wow. What will I do next? We shall see.